Hello and welcome to this guide about how to use Dyroth in Mobile Legends. Dyroth is a fighter hero that has excellent regen abilities while also dealing high amounts of damage. A few of the pros of Dyroth are his abilities to deal area of effect damage with his skills and basic attack. He also has great healing abilities, which make him a very sustainable hero. And Dyroth can also deal very high damage with his ultimate, especially against heroes with low HP. Some cons of Dyroth is that he's easy to counter with anti-heal items, and he's also weak against high burst heroes and heroes that have a lot of CC. Let's start with his passive. After using basic attack twice, the next attack will deal damage to all enemies surrounding him, while the damage is increased. He also recovers HP for every target he hits, based on the damage he deals. Activating this will also reduce the cooldown of skill 1 and 2 by 1 second. Dyroth doesn't have mana, but he has rage instead. He gets rage by using skills and basic attack, and when he has 1 or 2 bars filled, it changes the effects of skill 1 and 2. By casting skill 1, Dyroth deals damage in a line form in front of him. This deals physical damage and slows the target by 25% for 1.5 seconds. When Dyroth has at least 1 rage bar filled, this skill has a longer range, it deals more damage and slows the target by 50% instead of 25%. Skill 2 consists of 2 parts. The first part will make Dyroth jump towards the selected location. If he hits an enemy, he will stop and deal physical damage. Then you have a few seconds to cast the second part of the skill. This can only be casted against a hero or jungle monster, and it will lock onto the target to deal physical damage and reducing the physical defense of the target by 50% for 4 seconds. When having his rage bar filled, this skill deals increased damage, slows the target by 90% and reduces the physical defense by 75% for 4 seconds. Then we have his ultimate. Casting the skill will deal damage to enemies in a small line in front of him after a little delay. Dyroth also jumps a small distance forward. The skill deals a high amount of physical damage to the targets, which is increased by 20% of the missing HP of the targets, and it will also slow down enemies by 55% for 0.8 seconds. This skill deals high amounts of damage against heroes that are almost killed, so use it to finish targets. More about the skills and combos can be found in the gameplay plus tips and tricks part of this guide. Choose the fighter emblems with points in physical attack, physical penetration and increased spell vamp. I suggest you use the following items for a well-balanced build between physical attack, cooldown reduction, spell vamp and physical and magic defense. As a battle spell, I like to use Inspire to increase the attack speed so his passive gets activated often. Flicker and Vengeance are also good spells to use for Dyroth. Start with Bowing Boots and choose the XP lane when playing Dyroth. You want to maximize the second skill first, but don't level up any skill yet. Dyroth is very strong 1 vs 1, and with this little trick you can have a good start at your lane. Hide in the first bush, and when you see the enemy in the other bush, level up skill 2 and jump towards him to start attacking the hero. If you don't see any hero, level up skill 1 and use it to hit the 3 minions. After 2 basic attacks, make sure you stay in a position that enables you to hit all 3 minions, so you can heal 3 times, even 4 if you hit the enemy hero too. His basic attack deals damage to all surrounding enemies, which can make the turret attack you when you accidentally hit the hero. Just go to the gold crab instead and make sure you got his rage bar filled up so his skills are stronger. When the enemy arrives, start with skill 2 to jump towards him and lower his physical defense. I failed in this situation and accidentally attacked the gold crab. This was all luck. I didn't deserve to live after the failed casting of skill 2. If there are no enemies, you should attack the turret. You can use the first skill to deal damage to the minions and the second one to jump away when the enemy is approaching. When casting skill 1, stand as close as possible to the first minion, so you gain the most amount of rage. Skills will add more rage than basic attack does, so use this in your advantage. Always start with the second skill. This will remove a big part of the physical defense and it will help you to hit more against the target, especially when the rage bar is filled. You can use the minions to heal up with your basic attack. Also skills heal a bit since we've chosen the spell vamp emblem. When you cast skill 1 against the 3 minions when the rage bar is filled, you almost gain all of the used rage back when you hit all the minions. The jungle monsters are your biggest friends to recover HP and gain rage.
Should have let fellas teach you how to fight. Let me take you to the world. I will do anything.
Dyroth is also a perfect hero to cut the lane and kill the minions right there. This will result in getting the most amount of XP and gold from them, which is one of the points I explained in the guide about how to farm gold fast. If you're interested in learning this, I'll leave a link in the description. Locking onto a target makes it easy to deal damage, and Gusion knows this. That's why he's forced to use his ultimate to escape and survive. Dyroth is very strong against heroes that have no CC skills and bad mobility. This way he can lock onto an enemy to remove his physical defense and start dealing high damage. That's why it's quite important to select the right target in a teamfight. The second skill is also great to use against jungle monsters. This way the defense gets reduced and it's a lot easier to take them down.
Should have let fellas teach you how to fight. Let me take you.
Use the following combo in teamfights. Skill 2 to jump towards the target. Use the second form right away to lower the physical defense. And use his ultimate when an enemy has less than 40% HP left. It's important to use his ultimate within 4 seconds after using skill 2, so this will deal a lot more damage. When having low HP, you can just recover HP by killing minions or jungle monsters instead of recalling. Once again, use skill 2 to lower the physical defense, deal damage until the target has less than 40% HP left, and finish him with his ultimate. It's also a great hero to kill the Lord. He can solo it at almost every level because of his high lifesteal. Make sure you use the second skill all the time to lower his defense. It helps when you have an ally that deals physical damage as well, like a marksman.
Let me take you to another world.
In this situation, I go in with low HP and rage. Like you see, this makes Dyroth really vulnerable and he gets killed easily. I really hope this guide helped you to become a pro Dyroth player. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next guide.